Hello guys, welcome to my channel. First of all, I appreciate everyone that subscribed to my channel within the last few days. It means a lot to me and shows that this channel is actually adding value to a lot of people. Once again, I would love to employ everyone that is here to subscribe. If you are watching this channel for the first time, feel free to subscribe. Click the subscribe button and click also on the notification button so that you can get all my video uploads whenever I upload them, for your value and also for everyone around. You are welcome to Health Discourse Ask Your Doctor channel. I'm your doctor, Dr. Babalola. It's my pleasure being here today. Today we are going to discuss something of importance to you and everyone around you. So I want you to pay attention to today's video. Listen through, as every step along the way is going to be of value to you and everyone around you. Today I'm going to be taking us what I title how to use inhaler. I'm going to take you through the practical steps. I'm going to show you the inhalers, the types that we have, and how you are going to make use of them, or how you will be able to help people around you, those that are managing asthma, or those that are asthmatic, those that are afraid, or those that do not even know how to make use of it when they buy it or they are contemplating buying it. So this video will be of value to them. You can share this with them so that they can look at the practical steps at which they are going to make use of the inhalers. Today, what are those things you are going to gain of value? This video will take you through all these steps. 1, you are going to learn what inhalers are. 2, who should use inhaler? You are thinking, is inhaler for everyone? Is it even for all asthmatic patients? 3, when should an inhaler be used? Should an inhaler be used always, or there is a particular time it's meant to be used? And the next thing you are going to learn in this video is what are the various types of inhalers. You've been hearing inhaler. Do you actually know if we have more than one type or more than 2 types? This video will show you and also take you through that step of the types of inhalers. The next thing you are going to learn through this video is that what are the contents of inhalers. When you know the content of something and how they work, it's actually going to help you to comply, and then it boosts the assurance you have with such a thing. So today we are going to learn through this video the content of inhalers, and not just that, you're also going to learn how to use inhaler. This is very essential. You're going to learn it, which is the core of this video, where I'm going to show you the practical steps to using inhalers. The next thing you're also going to learn in this video is what are those things that can make your inhaler not to be effective, so that you hear people say, I've used the inhaler but it's not working. What are those things that could bring such a scenario? So the other thing, which is the last thing you're going to learn in this video, is that how do you take care of your inhaler such that they last longer and they are efficient as long as you still have gas in them to make use of at time. So let's get started. Thank you very much. Don't forget, click the subscribe button, and not just subscribe, share this video with as many groups you belong to, as many people in your contact. Also click the like button. I also appreciate your comments. Your feedback goes a long way as well in letting me know that whether you're getting value of those things you want me to discuss as well. So let's get started. What are inhalers? Inhalers are those devices that are used to dispense those gaseous medications into the lungs. You know, when I discussed in my video that I made as regard asthma, which I'm going to put the link in the description, I actually let you know that asthma is a form of allergic airway condition. So what inhaler does is that they are devices that actually help to dispense medication into the lungs, and those medications in inhalers, they are in gaseous form. And the reason why they are in gaseous form is to aid their movement into the lungs and their instant action. And the advantage of them is that they do not have to go through the bloodstream, thereby circulating through those organs of the body where they are not needed. No. And as a matter of fact, this is one of the reasons why inhaler is very, very important, and it plays a major role and is a number one go-to when it comes to treating acute asthmatic attack, because all the unwarranted side effects of the medications that will have gone through the bloodstream and might have had side effect on the other organs where they are not being needed will be prevented. Take for example when you use Asthmanol or salbutamol tablet, you realize that such an individual begin to have this palpitation, the heart rate is fast in some people or most time, but when you make use of inhaler which help you to dispense the medications in gaseous form into the lungs, such is prevented. That's quite amazing, right? That's awesome. So you've known and I've explained to you what inhalers are. They are devices which are used to dispense gaseous medications for treating asthma or allergic airway conditions into the lung itself. So let's move to the next point. The next thing we are going to discuss now is who should use an inhaler. An inhaler can be used by someone treating allergic airway condition such as asthma or COPD. COPD is chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases. Either of these medical conditions can be managed by using medications through inhalers. So these are the set of people that make use of inhalers. The next thing we're going to discuss now is when should an inhaler be used? Does that mean that an inhaler can be used at all time, at any time, or without any regulation? No, if you make use of inhaler when it is not needed, it leads to abuse, and then over time you get your inhaler exhausted on time, thereby wasting your money, and then it makes it not economical. In order to prevent this, when should you use your inhaler? The inhaler should be used depending on the types now, because we have two major types. It should be used when you start noticing the symptoms. The reason is this: you have two types. The long-acting one is short-acting. The short-acting, which is for emergency. If you use it when it is not needed, it's as if you are wasting it. However, if you don't use it on time and the attack has gone beyond the early stage, when by the time it progresses to a severe state, you render the inhaler not to be active, so that the individual will need to be resuscitated in the hospital either by nebulization or any other form of emergency care, which we do not advise. And that's why this video is coming up, that you know when to use it. So when should you use your inhaler? By the time you start noticing the symptoms of that tightening of the chest, that dry cough coming in, you should use the inhaler. So that one will help you to relieve you of the symptoms of the asthma, and again to now prevent the progression of the attack into the severe one. So it helps a lot. So what are those types of inhalers? We have two major types. We have the long-acting and the short-acting. They are two major types depending on the content they carry. The short-acting are those ones that act immediately and they act for a short time. The long-acting, they don't act immediately, but by the time they start acting, they protect you for a long time, for an average of 12 hours. And the functions and the way each of them works help you to actually take care of certain thing or the other. For the short acting, it acts immediately and then it finishes on time. That's its effect. So such is used during emergency. By the time you are about having asthmatic attack, you make use of the short acting that acts immediately without delay. While the long acting, you use it when you are envisaging that your activity in the course of the day is going to be strenuous, and then you might be exposed to the triggers. So you make use of them ahead of the exposure. So in view of that, you are protecting yourself against any form of triggers that you might encounter. Let's say, for example, a case in point, you want to travel and you know the road is going to be filled with dust, or the exhaust from the pipe of the car or from other vehicles is going to disturb you or trigger asthmatic attack in you, when you know that your route in the course of the day is going to go that way, or for an individual that will be exposed to strenuous activity in the course of the day, for those people that have their trigger in form of stress or in form of exercise. So you make use of this and it's going to help to prevent any occurrence as far as asthmatic attack is concerned. So those are the types of inhalers. So let's go to the practical steps into using inhalers. We have two types of inhalers. I'm going to bring them out now. We have this. This is Ventilated Inhaler. Ventilated Inhaler. It has a canister that contains the gas. You can see it. This is the dispenser itself. You can see it. It has a cap, so you can easily remove all these, and these are the things you will remove by the time you want to clean it up and also keep it. But while keeping it, you don't have to remove this. Is when you want to clean up the dispenser. So you can return the canister, you return it, it is firm, and the cap. So this inhaler, Ventilated Inhaler, is a short acting one. The other one is Self-medicate inhaler. Self-medicate inhaler. Let me remove the content. This is the content covered, and this is the main content from the self-medicate inhaler. It is round in shape. Self-medicate inhaler. Self-medicate inhaler. Self-medicate inhaler. It is round in shape. Why? This is like a L shape. The short acting. This is the long acting. So you know them by their name: self-medicate inhaler and Ventilated Inhaler. This is the short acting. I'm going to tell you the content. This is the long acting. I'm going to tell you the content. So let's talk about the content now, and then I'm going to talk about how to use them. This short acting, which is the Ventilated Inhaler, contains just one content. That's beta agonist, beta blocker or beta agonist. What they do is that they help to relax the muscles of the airway. I told you one of the pathophysiology, that's how asthma comes to play, is that the muscle of the airway will become constricted, they become tightened, and when they become tightened, they narrow the airway. So here you are breathing in will not be sufficient enough, and the person will begin to breathe heavily to seek more for more air. So this you make use of for immediate relief. This is a long-acting one that you use to protect yourself in the course of the day when you envisage going to a place where you'll be exposed to those triggers. So let's now talk about how to make use of them. So this long-acting one contains two major things: corticosteroid and a beta agonist. Corticosteroid and a beta agonist. I'm going to state it in a stepwise manner now. You look for a well-ventilated place where there won't be any form of stuffiness and there won't be too much of air. You sit up like I'm sitting, you extend your neck. The number one thing you want to ensure is that you check the expiry date of the device. Is the expiry date still intact? For this one is December 2022. While this one, the expiry date is April 2023. So then you ensure that they are well covered and ensure that you are the one opening them for the first time. So for this short acting, the number one thing you want to do is that to ensure that you extend your neck. When you extend your neck, it helps the airway to open and your esophagus to close where food is going to. So you shake this, and you breathe out. When you breathe out, it helps you to take away the remnant of air in your lungs, so that by the time you inhale the content of this inhaler, which is a gas, it will be the only content in your airway, thereby allowing your airway to absorb as much as possible of this content. When you breathe in and breathe out, you open your cap, you close your nose, you put your mouth around this opening as if you are sealing it with your lips, and now dispense the content by pressing the top. When you press the top, a gas will come out. You see the gas now. So when you breathe it in, you wait for a few seconds and you now breathe out gently. So I'm going to do that in a practical manner now. I'm seated I've shaken it gently. I'm seated. I'm extending my neck. I'm breathing out. I've breathed out. So that's amazing. So you've been able to use this. Don't forget the steps. You can rewatch again and look at the step. You are done. Just take a single dispense of this. It's okay per time. But if the person is not relieved at a single dispense, the person can repeat it after 5 minutes, at least 3 times. If you use this at least 3 times without getting any relief, the individual should be on his or her way to the hospital. It shows that it has actually gone beyond the level at which inhaler can take care of it, and then emergency care will be required. So to make use of the long acting, which I said you make use of when you are not in any form of distress, just in preparation for an envisaged trigger, right? So you make use of this. It has a curvature here, so which is meant for you to roll out, to open where the mouthpiece is. This is the mouthpiece. But before the mouthpiece, this is the curvature you have used to open the mouthpiece. There is a plunger here. The plunger is what you use to open the coverage of the mouthpiece. Just draw it back. It has opened it. But mind you, there is a calibration that helps you to measure the content remaining. When you buy it, you have 60 units. When you puff in one, it remains 59. When you puff in another, it's reducing per puff. So by the time it gets to 5, the color of that calibration will change to pink, which tells you that it's about finishing. Go and get another one. That's quite amazing, right? So let me go back again. I've logged it. There is a curvature that is used to open it. It has opened. You are seeing the mouthpiece. There is a plunger here that opens the coverage of the mouthpiece on the inside. So when you open it this way, it's like a piece of donut, right? So you repeat the same step like you did for that of the Ventilated Inhaler. That's the short acting. So you look for a well ventilated place, and then you sit up, and then you extend your neck, then you breathe in and out. You expel the air, and you put the mouthpiece around your lips, and then you suck in this time around. There's nothing to press here. This time around, you suck in as like you take a bite of a donut. You put around your lip. So when you suck it in, you hold your breath for like 10 seconds and you gently breathe out. And then you will have seen that the calibration had reduced by 1 unit because you sucked in just once. If you suck in twice, 2 units will have been deducted from the calibration. So it's reducing gradually. So that's amazing, right? So that's how to make use of the Ventilated Inhaler. Very portable. You can put it in your bag anywhere, wherever you are going. So they are very handy, and that's why we advise anyone treating asthma should take them along to wherever they are going. They are very essential and they are very handy. So how do you keep your inhalers to ensure that they last longer, right? Number 1, keep them away from heat and moisture. The number 2 thing is also that you ensure that the content is being monitored to know when you have exhausted them. That's how to ensure that you enjoy them and get them effectively used. Because if you don't know when it has finished, you might just have an attack and then you're wondering, oh, it's no longer working. You keep them away from heat, moisture, keep them in a dry place, and also ensure that the content is always there. When it's about finishing, you will know, and then get a replacement. Do not joke with a replacement. It could be life-saving. You might be in a place where you might not have access to get them immediately. So if you do not have, it's an emergency and it's dangerous. It's not good. And again, it might happen in the middle of the night so that you can't even access any pharmacy or any hospital. So it's essential you add them. They are life-saving and they are good. It's not as if they are taboos. So I encourage you that you get them and you ensure you keep them tidy, keep them handy wherever you are going. Some people have cultivated an habit of having one at home and one in their mobile bag or anything they carry per time, which is very nice. I encourage that you take good care of this. I'm sure you've been able to gain value through this video, a lot of value. Feel free to share this. Feel free to click the like button. Please, if you are not subscribed, please do subscribe to this channel. It encouraged me so much and I really appreciate your support in this format. Also, share to your loved ones. Click the like button and then see you next time. Bye for now. Love you.